once and you'll never be the same. There, Uri and Tyler, and they're here to entertain. It's the Bantam Boys podcast with Uri and Tyler. Yeah. I already know. I already know how many fingers I can fit.
This is a bad start. I forgot every improv game. What do you do improv games? Do you know
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. The improv game I play at home is how long can you stick a finger in your ass?
How many? So have you,
It's not about count. It's about duration.
how are we talking hours? Are we talking days?
I get up to 45 minutes, then I get a little bored
I thought you were gonna say up to 45 days.
with my own finger. No, you'll get gangrene or something.
No, with just some guy shows up.
Have you ever worn a butt plug?
Have I ever worn one? I don't think worn is the correct term.
No, as a necklace.
Oh, as a necklace? No. Have I ever? What? Like it's a lifeguard whistle? Yeah, when you see someone on the beach who looks like they could use a little oomph.
Exactly. That's how that would be a very interesting accessory.
It would be a very interesting accessory.
Do you think you would get in trouble if it's clean?
Oh, I mean,
A fresh out the box butt plug.
yeah, it's just an object.
I'm not taking one of my at home.
And
it's gonna be one that just looks like a very classic butt plug.
This is my walk-in butt plug.
Well, because
So it's just for ornate use.
well, there's the little ones that you can walk around with.
Yeah.
Then there's the heavy duty that you only use during sexual activity.
Oh, it's a sex thing.
Welcome to the Bantam Boys, everybody. I'm Uri Chatil,
I'm Tyler Derniak.
and today we're going to be talking about synchronized swimming. But first,
artistic swimming.
Artistic swimming. That is
Let's
the other
use the
term.
correct term.
Is that what it's called?
That's
now?
what they call it in the Olympics.
In the Olympics, it's called artistic
swimming. I just want to be clear that it is artistic swimming. We do not have the resources to fight the IOC.
I think we'd be fighting FINA, the
FEMA, the people who are
yeah,
protecting us against hurricanes.
Well, see, the thing is, a lot of synchronized swimmers did become very useful during Katrina.
Yeah.
Yes, they could actually take the relief supplies and launch it into the air.
Launch it into the air,
in
yeah.
a flamingo style.
Flamingo style.
Yeah.
You're using all the terms. Barracuda. They were just going head down, legs straight up, carrying pallets of bottled water.
This is rude.
It is rude. It's very rude. It's incredibly rude.
I started it.
Yeah, don't come at me. That seems kind of rude.
No, I said FINA. It's like FIFA, but instead of football, it's whatever the French word for water sports is. That is what they call it, by the way, water sports. I'm not making that up. That is the official. It's called water sports.
Yeah, there's sports in the water. What else would that be?
We are discussing water sports today.
Yes. Aquatic, artistic water sports.
Artistic swimming. But before we even get into the sport, we are going to finally debut our patented new product, Hustle Milk.
Yes.
This podcast is brought to you by Hustle Milk. We have the proprietary formula. Do you need two hands to do this?
I will be going somewhat silent.
Yeah, put down the mic. I'll narrate. So what Tyler is going to do here is he's going to mix together a Yoo-Hoo chocolate milk. Make sure to shake that up. A Yoo-Hoo chocolate milk and a 5-hour energy. Did we leave it out there? Yeah. Hear that. That's going to be nice and gross for the listeners at home.
And a 5-hour energy.
Yep, and we're going to mix them together.
You can tell it's a proprietary formula because it's using two different drinks that we do not have the rights to mix together and sell.
Yeah, we're really pushing the bounds of copyright infringement. You can just twist it. It'll pop open.
Did you get the berry 5-hour energy?
I already had this in my drawer.
Yeah, but Did you consider the flavor combination of berry
No,
and yoo-hoo?
they all taste the same.
Is it supposed to be like a Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte?
Well,
A little Black Forest cake?
What?
It's a little Black Forest cake. A Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
Tyler lived in Switzerland, if you can't tell. No, they all have fruity flavors. What, do you think watermelon would be better?
I don't know.
They can't hear you. You're not on mic.
I don't know.
That's okay. You're supposed to just make the drink. Tyler's gonna make the drink, so I'm gonna narrate while he does this. So he's got the 5 Hour Energy unwrapped, way too unwrapped, if you ask me. If you like to drink these at home, you can just twist it. The paper will come right off. You don't need to do all this. Although it does seem like he's having fun. And now we have a little ribbon that we're going to tie around the trophy we're going to be handing out to our favorite listener. Comment on the video. Top comment, we're going to send you some Hustle Milk. So he's pouring in the 5 Hour Energy into our cocktail shaker. And now he's got the Yoo-Hoo chocolate milk. You got to shake it up because it really... Oh, sorry. It's not chocolate milk. It's a chocolate drink. It's chocolate flavoring and corn syrup and food coloring probably. And it's shelf stable, we hope. So he's mixing that in whole bottle. Come on now. Yeah, okay. That looks really unappetizing. It's got a weird, it's not milky, it's like cloudy. And now oh, you're putting the ice cubes right in the mixer?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how you got to do it.
I don't know much about mixology. This is a cocktail. A poisonous cocktail, though, not an alcohol cocktail. This is more like if you want to hurt or punish somebody, this is a good thing to drink. And now he's got the shaker going. Now he's going to muddle. No, this isn't muddling. What do you call this move you're about to do?
This is just shaking.
Just shaking?
Muddling is when you're crushing something at the bottom of a glass.
Yeah.
Usually something natural, not an unholy concoction.
Well, go ahead, and all of the gay men who watch for our cuteness are going to want to watch this part. This is going to be really, really good for you guys. Go ahead, shake it up.
What is that intro to me shaking?
I'm just...
All right, here we go, girls.
It is...
Oh. It's so heavy. This feels awful to shake.
It really does, right? Because normally you don't put in a whole bottle of Yoo-Hoo.
No, you don't. I don't think this thing is rated for Yoo-Hoos. The alkalinity. I don't imagine it's acidic, but
This is.
I didn't realize that this does have 25% of your daily recommended riboflavin. So if you're riboflavin deficient,
I didn't know they kept track of daily
it's got all the riboflavin you need.
What is I always called it riboflavin, but I've never heard it said aloud.
Well, that's because you haven't been drinking enough of it. If you drink enough riboflavin, then you know it's called riboflavin.
I think it's shaken up. I want the sifter on the left, by the way.
Sifter on the yeah.
Yeah. But are we gonna serve it over ice too?
This thing is frigid in my hand right now. Give that just a little.
Okay.
It's so cold.
It is cold. All right. Look, I want the clown shoes sifter. This is a real.
Let's see how this.
A real. Oh God. That's enough. That's plenty. I'm just doing a sample. I'm just doing a sample.
Well, don't wait until.
No, of course. I'm taking it the aroma. You're right, by the way. The berry and chocolate flavors do not sound like they don't smell like they went well together.
All right, so let's first we're judging the bouquet.
Yeah, it smells.
It's got some good legs.
It doesn't smell gross, but it does smell like it tastes bad.
Oh, it smells like an Eastern European dessert.
It does. It smells like a White Russian or something. Cheers. That's actually pretty good.
I don't hate it.
and it is not bad at all.
I don't like that I don't hate it.
It's the chocolate and the fruitiness. You know what? Now I get what you mean, like a Black Forest cake.
Yeah, it's like a Black Forest cake.
It really is. And it's just, I mean, if you think about it, just crammed with sugar. So, like, obviously it's going to taste all right.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't I hate how much I don't hate drinking this.
No, I'm quite enjoying it. As a matter of fact, I might have seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, throughout this podcast, we'll just top each other off.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad that between the two of us, we will have 5 hours of energy.
Yeah. We're gonna need it too to talk about artistic swimming.
Artistic swimming. Now, Uri,
Just, you want to hold them out for the rest?
yeah.
To the pod. I'm laughing thinking about what this is.
What we have created.
It is.
I feel very much like Oppenheimer right now.
Holding. Oh yes.
I've created something, but I don't know if we can uncreate it to protect the world.
You've created a monster. Now you're. I feel more like Dr. Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein?
Because we've been talking about this for so long, but now our creation.
Here it is.
It's out in the world. I guess Oppenheimer and Frankenstein are kind of similar stories. Now that I think about it,
They are.
I just never saw Oppenheimer, so I needed to relate it back to something I knew.
Oh yeah, Frankenstein, great dude. 10 out of 10.
Doctor
Doctor.
or monster?
I like the Doctor. I like both of them.
I
They're
like the
okay.
monster, but I like the Addams Family Frankenstein.
Addams
monster.
Family Frankenstein.
Yeah, he's the one with the bolts in his neck. That's a classic look. You know,
Was he? What was his name in the Addams Family? No, you're thinking of the Munsters.
Isn't that a kind of cheese? Okay, this is gonna be great for the audio only listener. By the way, if you're on audio only, I hope you're still enjoying this because I can't imagine that you are.
You must be enjoying this. In fact, the perfect way to enjoy this is to get a nice cocktail shaker, load it up. It has to be a bottle of Yoo-Hoo. It has to be, what is this, 15.5 fluid ounces of Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah,
and 1 5-hour energy drink.
You can't do the can.
Can't do the can. It'll ruin the tannins.
Okay, this podcast now officially brought to you by Hustle Milk.
Hustle Milk. It's better than you think it is.
It really is. Do you want to talk about synchronized swimming, or should we just call this the episode?
just cut a straight episode.
We just drink Yoo-Hoo for 45 minutes.
We drink Yoo-Hoo. We drink a caffeinated Yoo-Hoo. Or maybe it's not caffeinated. I don't know what's in 5 hour.
It's loaded with caffeine.
Caffeine?
Yeah.
Taurine.
Some taurine, some B vitamins.
B vitamins?
Which goes well with riboflavin.
I was just about to say, and as much riboflavin as you can cram in your gullet. That's the other slogan. Hustle Milk, just enough riboflavin.
I'm gonna make a note for myself to look up what riboflavin or I don't know how to say it. I'm just gonna write down riboflavin. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Next episode, come back next week.
When we bring on a scientist to discuss what riboflavin is.
To show him what we've done. And we should also bring on an ethicist. To figure out if we're in the wrong.
We should bring in the head of Unilever.
If we will eventually get there.
Yeah.
We are going to make a caffeinated...
Well, if we keep making this, they're going to have to come and stop us.
the FDA, the CDC, FEMA might come and get involved. They might bring some artistic swimmers with them from Katrina. The Katrina Synchronized Swimming Relief Crew.
Oh, man. So tell me, what are the two different types of artistic swimming?
So, well, there's more than... I think what you're getting
the
to
two
is
Olympic categories.
There's two types of routines. Let's start there. There is the technical and the free.
Yes.
Right now, there's also different events. The three main events are the solo, the duet, and the team.
Yes.
Now, for me, I think the team is the most interesting.
See, I like the duo a little bit more. Maybe it's because I saw the Team China duo gold medal thing, and they came out doing like an animal, like they were cheetahs. But that might just be me.
Yeah, the reason I like the team is because they can launch each other in the air, and I find that really insane to watch in the water.
Oh yeah,
it's like cheerleaders launching into the air, but they don't have a ground to push off of.
It's illegal for them to touch the ground.
Illegal to touch the ground. That's disqualification if you touch the ground, and it's scored kind of like the same way gymnastics is scored.
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, it's similar to gymnastics. You have to have a routine, and you're going to tell them in advance what you do.
There's a difficulty multiplier.
Yeah, and Russia's very good at it.
Yeah.
Communist countries in general, Russia and China kind of dominate this sport.
Russia, though Japan does have a lot. They have the most medals, but it's just silver and bronze.
Oh, they have the most medals?
Yeah, yes, but it's all silvers and bronzes.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's like we find with every sport, there's like a region of the world where it's good, and then there's a group of Japanese people who just get really good at it. And that's been consistent. It's been the same with darts. I think it was the same with bandy and with korfball.
Bandy, I think, was just... I think that's still just Finnish and Swedish people.
Finnish, Swedish, and Russian. No, but then there's a Japanese team in there.
Yeah, but they didn't win.
No, but they got good enough to compete.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean much. Kazakhstan has a team at the hockey juniors, and they get crushed every time.
For those just joining us, Tyler's expressing his anti-Japan and anti-Kazakhstan bias.
I'm not anti those countries.
We're exposing Tyler as a racist today. That's this pod's theme. The title of the pod is going to be Tyler. Never mind.
All right, so we're gonna move on from that bit.
Yeah, you really did a good job of deflating that bit.
Yeah, because you were like, all right. Tyler said, "Oh man, Japan's not great at bandy," and you're like, "This guy, this guy needs to be taken down
right.
10 notches." You were gunning for me like I had a position you wanted to overtake.
In synchronized, no, in bandy.
In bandy.
Yeah. We're talking about swimming today.
Yeah, we're talking about swimming, which is, it's what happens when the bandy rink gets a little too hot. They start swimming around.
In Russia, there probably are lakes where they practice synchronized swimming in the summer and bandy in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that I kind of wish. I don't know if we want to go into variations. But
that's a good segment. Let's do some variations on the sport.
I think we should do open water synchronized swimming.
Love it.
Middle of the ocean. Just drop them by helicopter.
Freshwater, saltwater?
Saltwater. Middle of the ocean. We're doing...
middle of the ocean.
Middle of the ocean.
In a storm.
Yeah, in a storm. Their goal is to spin the opposite direction of the tropical storm so that it deadens the blow.
Now, is this training for a sport, or is this FEMA's relief expert training program?
Their anti-hurricane program.
In fact, I think the Navy SEALs do something similar to this, where they get dropped off in the middle of the ocean, and they have to synchronize swim their way back to the boat.
Yeah, they contort their bodies into a human boat. One of them kicks their legs.
They use skulls and egg beaters.
Where did they get them? It's in the middle of the ocean.
No, that's it.
They just dropped them off.
No, egg beater is the motion you make with your legs.
Oh, that's right.
The egg beater kick is the motion you make with your legs, and the skulls are things you do with your upper body to stay afloat.
Okay.
Yeah. And they wear these little nose clips. That's going to be my variant.
Oh.
My variant is going to be
open nose.
Open nose. So not only do you not have a nose clip, you actually have a nose dilator in. And that's going to make it more difficult to not die as you're artistic swimming.
I mean, it would be great to just, you know what? I think we should go further in making it more difficult. I think they should have to wear jeans and a full heavy woolen sweater.
You know, it's funny you say that. I was looking at one of the original people who made the sport big was a woman named an Australian woman, Annette Kellerman. And in addition to making the sport big by doing a performance here in New York City in 1917, the height of World War I.
Yes.
She also popularized the one-piece bathing suit. Before they had been swimming in, like, slacks, basically.
Yeah.
And she changed it one piece. And I can say this. They had some black and white photos of Annette Kellerman. Quite a piece of ass.
And this reporter reports that this is quite a piece of ass.
Exactly. That would be, if I was doing an ESPN 30 for 30 on this woman, I would specify it's not 30 for 30, it's 30 out of 30. She's good looking and a pioneer, which I admire greatly.
That's what you put in your OkCupid profile, looking for people who are hot and pioneers.
Yeah, I put something like that back in.
Pioneering.
I think I said pioneer, but I somehow I did intimate that I wasn't shallow, but it's like.
Which is good because you should not touch the bottom of the pool.
Yes, you can't synchronize swim. That's my variant. Oh no, I already said
It's
open
shallow,
nose.
so
I
that
said
they're
open
all-
nose, but yeah.
So they have to curl up in a ball to avoid touching the bottom. It's really shallow.
Yeah, they're floating, and they can barely just kick off of it, and they need to.
So they have to always be kind of scrunched up. Just kicking out their little feet.
Yeah, it's a lot of cannonballs. Is what
Cannonballs into a shallow pool.
yeah.
This Olympic event is going to be a massacre. It's going to be brutal.
It's a good look. The splashing from a cannonball into a pond.
Yeah,
is
and then
really
the ceremonial dragging of the bodies out of the pool.
Everybody's getting wheeled out with broken tailbones.
Tossed into the eternal flame.
Oh god.
It's a ritual that they do at the beginning of each Olympics. The dive into the shallow pool.
Well, that's what the Olympic torch is.
Yeah. There's a dive into a shallow pool.
That's interesting. So I do want to say stuff about the sport's origins too. That it was in 1891. It was originally called water ballet, and they would do it as a performance piece. There were theaters that could have water tanks brought onto stage.
Yeah.
And they would do this water ballet, and then gradually it became a sport like gymnastics with judges and scores.
Yeah. And cheating scandals, I assume.
Oh, did you find any?
I didn't find any, but I assume there's some. I assume there's some doping.
I assume there's some doping. I also did watch a very impressive team routine by China, and I assume that they're doing some age forgery, which they've been accused of in the past.
Like saying that they're the people that are too young are old enough, or
Yeah, they've used like 14-year-old girls to compete in gymnastics.
Oh yeah,
because that's advantageous. But they, are that obviously is too young, whatever.
Yeah.
I think they've changed some of those age requirements, but China's been accused of that in gymnastics. And from what I saw in synchronized swimming, I would not be surprised if that's still going on.
Yeah, you were watching those tapes and you're like, these girls are too young.
They looked like teenagers, yeah.
Yeah, I mean 15? What's the age cutoff for the Olympics?
I think
the age minimum.
think it used to be.
They should let kids in.
The Kid Olympics?
No, every Olympic race should also have one child in it.
That would be good for Olympic Greco-Roman wrestling if you got a 12-year-old to go up against this lumberjack 6'1" heavyweight.
Just a man who lifts them up and tosses them out of the ring.
Tosses them into the stands.
Yeah, just every Olympic event, the javelin, some kid the javelin's 3 times the size of him, so he's barely
he's just falling over.
He's doing the pole vault.
Dude, putting kids in the Olympics is pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean the 100-yard dash or 100-meter dash, just having one kid.
He's lagging.
He's lagging so far behind.
But he's trying.
He's trying.
Then just cry. The only event they would win is the 2-liter cry. Whoever can cry
the 2-liter cry.
Yeah, you got to cry.
You got to
2
fill
liters.
it up.
Yeah.
Do they have enough reserves
to cry?
To cry 2 liters?
You get to drink water during the event. You get to drink hustle milk.
You get to drink hustle. Well, it's banned. It's banned by most doping.
It's banned by the IOC, the CDC,
it's
USADA.
It's the only performance enhancer Russia refused to use.
It's banned by UNICEF.
It's absolutely banned by UNICEF. I think it's good that we figured out a way to get more energy drinks to children.
That is true. This is a very child-friendly poison that we've created.
It's not poisonous. We're still alive.
Yeah, no, it's actually, as we've said, quite refreshing and surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's got a good mouthfeel.
It does.
It's got a really good mouthfeel.
It does, because it's got like that milky thickness, but it's not actually milk.
Yeah, there's viscosity. It's a high or low viscosity.
You hated the phrase milky thickness. I can tell.
I prefer the phrase thicky milkness.
That's what you got, buddy.
I got the thicky milkness.
Yeah.
They don't let me into bars anymore because I've got that thicky milkness.
You are thick and milky for sure.
Thicky milk is actually my my name when I'm an MC. Thicky Milk.
All caps, milk.
All caps, milk. Lowercase Thicky.
Thicky all lower. And with the one.
With the one.
With the one for the I. Yeah,
One for the eye.
Thicky
Milk. Oh, that'd be a great tattoo, wouldn't it?
Thicky milk. Yeah.
Thicky, small letters, milk.
That's how we're going to introduce you on the pod.
On the pod, Thicky Milk. Tyler Thicky Milk Derniak.
No, just
Thicky
Milk.
I lost my name. It's just Thicky Milk, LLC.
Thicky Milk, the alpha of the podcast.
Thicky Milk, the alpha.
The big dick alpha male.
Weird pause between alpha and male. Alpha, male.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh man, no. Did you have any other? Let me
Thank
top
you,
you off
sir.
there real quick. You have any? You already did your Legend of the Game, correct?
No, we haven't gotten there.
What's yours?
So I actually looked into. So the interesting thing about art swimming is that it's an all-women sport.
Yes, until recently. Yes, finally.
Yes, they finally
Equal
let.
rights.
Well, I will say it wasn't that recent before they let men into like the World Championships. The Olympics, really starting letting men in. The World Championships, men were able to compete back in the 90s. And there was one particular gay guy named Bill May, who was a synchronized swimmer or artistic swimmer.
Here, can I help you for a second? I can just hold that.
Thanks.
I keep seeing you swinging this guy willy nilly next to all of my clothes.
I know. Yeah, we do film this in Tyler's closet.
Well,
if you
they can see.
If you haven't caught on to
Filmed
the set,
live from Tyler's closet.
one day Tyler will come out of the closet.
There's a lot of rugby posters in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all off camera.
It's a very nice closet.
Oh, it's great.
It's
Anyways.
it's got a window.
Anyways,
you see a closet with a window?
Yeah, of course. No, it's a bedroom.
I think
if the closet has a window, it's legally a bedroom. Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, Bill May, he won the 1998. He won a duet with a woman partner, Kirsten. My handwriting's horrible.
Yeah.
So he was winning a lot in 1998, 99, 2000. Then he left for a while. Worked for Cirque du Soleil. They did a water-based show. He coached. He did other stuff.
Yeah.
Then in 2015, he made a comeback to become a mixed duet world champion, and then he made another comeback in 2024 when men were allowed in the Olympics again. He tried coming back at the age of 45 years old.
Damn.
Did not make the team though. So in 2024 they let men compete in artistic swimming, but no men actually qualified that year.
Ah, interesting.
I think this is one of the leading problems our society has to deal with.
Is they're not letting the men into the artistic
the gender
swimming.
gap in artistic swimming. We need to fix this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's to be fair, it's the team. It's the 8-person version that he competed for, right?
He competed in the mixed duet.
Well, for the Olympics, it's
probably.
The
I think.
eight-person.
Yeah. I think you can have like one guy in with your team of 8 people.
At that point, I feel like, they should have tossed him in just as like, I don't know. I guess Team USA, did they win silver or bronze this year?
That's a good question. I didn't catch that.
That should have been research.
But yeah, they should let men compete in artistic swimming, and also, if I take you out to dinner, we should split the check.
If I take you out to dinner, you should let me do artistic swimming in your bathtub.
You should, yeah. And we should split the check. I should go back to your apartment. I'll synchronize swim in your bathtub. And if I paid for dinner, by the way, you should suck my dick.
Jesus Christ.
That's a trade off.
It was going so well. It was going so well there. It was really a triumph for a while.
I do find that to be a hilarious sort of corner of the a hilarious corner of the internet, a very rude corner of the internet.
Yeah.
People arguing over who should pay for dates, I think is so.
Every date's check should be decided by synchronized swimming. You and your boys versus she and her girls.
And
you
then,
have to bring your team on the date.
That's pretty good. Losing team has to pay.
The winning team gets to go to the Olympics, I guess.
Yeah, the winning team gets free dinner. Oh, but You're not supposed to swim half an hour after eating.
Oh no, that's where the challenge comes in.
That's it. One person on the team is cramping. The person on the date is having cramps. Synchronized swimming.
Well, that's how you get a closer bond. You're both having stomach cramps at the same time.
Yeah.
That's why every date I go on is at a C health grade maximum restaurant. Because if we both suffer the same amount, we'll be bonded by the suffering.
See, every date I go on is at the YMCA, so I can just
So the same thing applies.
I can just hop right into the pool and we can see who the champion is.
Are you ordering DoorDash to the YMCA to have this dinner?
It's fun to stay there.
I've heard. I don't know if they still let you do that.
No, they don't. But do you have a hero of the game?
I do.
Here, I'll listen, but pass me back my hustle milk so I can listen to you tell the story.
Sip
Thank
and
you, sir.
sip and listen. I feel bad about bringing up her name after after that whole interlude because she's a very lovely woman. It's Claudia Kutzler Parliament.
That's a great name.
Excellent
country?
name. United States. She did not ever compete in the Olympic national team. She started doing it when she was a kid, and I picked her because she is the most recent winner of the Masters age group 80 through 89.
Hell yeah.
She is a retired professor of applied economics.
What's her name?
Claudia Kutzler Parliament.
Claudia Kutzler Parliament. Shout out for still doing art swimming at 85.
Somewhere in the mid 80s. Like
mid 80s. That is so impressive. Shout out. I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to see it, but that is impressive.
She and her sisters all competed together growing up, and then her sisters helped choreograph her routine, and she won. I mean, granted, the 80 through 89 age group had two people in the Masters championship.
I understand that,
but she's out there doing things that I don't think either of us could do in a pool.
Oh, obviously, dude, some of the moves they do, it's crazy. And when they show it on TV, what you see above water is all very, very in sync and very, very clean looking. But then they sometimes also show the underwater part where they're doing the hand movements to stay afloat, and those are not in sync through the whole team. They're all kind of all doing the same move, but at a different pace to keep with where they're at.
Yeah, and I want to get your opinion on this because watching this, I think they shouldn't be switching between above and under. They should have a split screen to show both, because watching just overhead, the synchronized, it's pretty cool. But when you see what's happening under the water, that to just do this in a slow circle around, they're kicking their feet
doing the
20
egg beater
times a
kicks,
second, and you watch it underwater, and they're perfectly still. No arms in the water, just slowly rotating.
Yeah.
It's insane to watch.
I will say this: the clips I watched had a side camera view.
Yeah.
Where you saw that
part under.
I will say I think it's good to not always show what's underwater because it adds that chaos, and I think what's above water is more what gets scored. And that's what you're trying to show. I definitely agree that a cool view would be the underwater combined with the overhead. I didn't see that view. One other thing I will say is this sport definitely has a fandom in the foot fetishist community. It's a foot heavy sport.
Look, man, when I looked up the Team USA website, there were a lot of foot exercises that they showed that you could do at home.
Yeah, there was a lot of foot stuff going on. Wet, slippery feet, women's feet in the air. And I'm not a foot guy.
They just don't care.
I'm not a foot guy, but I've seen foot content, and artistic swimming is rife. So if you're watching this and you are into women's feet, watch some artistic swimming. But don't watch the China team. Watch the USA team where everyone's 18.
Yeah, that's a very good qualification to make.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just an absurd sport to watch.
It is very odd.
It's one of those things where if you just see an out of context clip of it, you're like, all right, they're kind of dancing around in the pool. But when you see all of it going on, you're like, oh, when they're sticking their leg up, their hands are just kind of going like this underwater in a full plank.
Sure, and they have all sorts of different. I was looking a little bit into the technique of it.
Yeah.
There's all these different configurations, all these different techniques. Like I said, my favorite part is the lifts when they throw each other through the air. There's a whole technique for that. They have tops and bottoms and whatever.
Just like in real life.
Just like the foot guys.
Wait, what's a top and a bottom? You
I
just
think
mean of the foot?
No, most foot guys are bottoms, I think. I think the foot is a dominant thing, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been into feet. What would be your strategy for synchronized swimming?
I'm tickling my opponent's feet.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's that.
The trick is making sure that the judges don't see me when I
Yeah, the trick is sneaking in.
I've got a very long feather.
I would love it if while the other team was going on, Thicky Milk was tiptoeing out there and Gucci 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 Goo.
Thicky Milk sounds like a terrible children's book. You better drink all your milk, or else Thicky Milk will steal all your socks.
Oh, gross.
Oh man, like an old folk legend. But yeah, you just a little tickle and they can't be insane.
Yeah, you would win. In my sport in wrestling, that is illegal.
That's why I'll never wrestle.
Rule book says tickling is, I want to say, flagrant misconduct.
Flagrant misconduct.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious.
So it's like a 15-yard penalty.
No, I'm trying to remember.
They make you go 15 yards outside of the wrestling arena.
It's probably not flagrant. It's probably illegal maneuver, which is 1 point.
Illegal maneuver.
Yeah, 1 point in a stoppage.
Have you ever been tickled in a wrestling match?
No, I don't think it would work. I think I'm too.
Yeah, because in general, I guess if you're pinned at certain points, but usually you have to not be expecting it.
Yeah, if you're like amped up and sweaty, I can't really get tickled. You know what I mean? Like I can't get tickled during sex. It just like for me to get tickled, I have to be at resting temperature.
Or I do want to caution you. You are releasing the textbook guide to how to tickle Uri right now. You're giving everyone the strategies of when to and when not to.
You got to catch me first.
You got to catch him.
You got to catch me.
And he wants to be caught.
No, I hate being tickled.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That was the wrong noise. I did not mean that noise.
My strategy.
Yeah?
Oh, no. Okay, you know what my strategy is? So I noticed when the Chinese team was going up, and this is why I think Russia and China are so good. It's a very good sport for communist countries because they're walking up like they're marching in lockstep. They're doing this super, super choreographed, synchronized, not even in the pool. I'm talking about their entrance to the pool. Everything along the way, they have the same facial expression.
The facial expressions are wild.
Oh, that wasn't just Team China? They're like smiling in the pool.
I saw that for other teams. They all do the or
Yeah.
I've got some more strategies. You finish yours up.
Okay. And I have one more player profile, actually, that I think you'll find interesting.
All right.
But I forgot to do it in that segment. So my strategy is for USA to win a artistic swimming gold medal, we have to convert to communism. We have to undo McCarthy-era capitalist philosophy in this country. We have to abolish private health care. We have to take down the corporations, and we have to embrace authoritarian communism, get rid of personal freedom, sacrifice personal freedom for the collective good, and then we will win a synchronized swimming gold medal.
Well, do we all get the medal?
Everybody gets 1/300 millionth of it. Yeah.
Oh, so we don't each get a gold medal for this entire process?
No, it's communism. You got to split it up.
We gotta all split it up.
You got to share.
We gotta share one gold medal between all of us.
Everyone gets a little crumb.
We can't make more. We have to.
Well, we don't. Well, no. Okay.
We also get a 300 millionth of 8 gold medals.
Yes. We have 8 medals, which is good. So you get a little. You got like
which is good for our
slightly bigger crumb of the Olympic gold medal.
As long as it still has the full-size band around. So I have this little crumb of a medal with a full USA little thing, and it's good.
We can make more lanyards.
We can make as many lanyards. We have the lanyard technology.
Yeah. In
it's
fact,
the only factory that survived.
Yeah, well, the lanyard factory does employ the entire city of Columbus, Ohio. now in communist USA.
Yeah, they're developing one large lanyard
Yeah.
that could cover all the country.
You know what would have been better is Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Lancaster, that would have been a better one.
Yeah. I was.
I
Her
was trying
name
to think of a
is.
city
I
as
met
I
her
was
in
in
the middle of the sentence, and
Not
Columbus. Her name
Langley
is
Falls?
Columbus, Ohio. Is
Bogdana
what came out. Zareva.
Okay,
Can I talk
I was
about
not
actually
expecting to go from-
a time you won't believe this.
Okay.
Big reveal. This
I'm
is
excited.
100% true.
Oh, did you do
Americanized
No,
name.
Synchronized
yeah,
Swimming?
I have
Hungarian.
met some
Oh,
or Bulgarian,
okay.
who
Excuse me.
competed
Do
in
not get those
Bulgarian.
confused.
And
Oh,
if you're
as a
listening,
synchronized
I
swimmer.
hope I didn't just dox you by. You know what? I'm gonna bleep out the first name. I'm gonna actually do some work.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
bleep out the first name.
Yeah.
Because I probably shouldn't have said that. But
Her address is
yeah, and I also bleep out the profession.
just this entire part is censored.
We might have to cut this out. No.
My new profile. She lives.
I know her. I met her via my wife, and but her full name. I mean, that's on the record. That's
Yeah.
on the Olympic website.
Yeah.
2004, she competed in the duet event in Athens. I watched the performance. It was impressive. You can go check it out. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
She did not medal, but much like competing at 85 is a achievement unto itself. Making it to the Olympics is a huge achievement.
Oh yeah.
And so good for her. And if you're listening, I hope I respected your privacy enough.
Don't say I hope I respected your privacy and immediately go into a belch. I hope I respected your privacy.
It's the hustle milk.
It's the hustle
It's getting me
milk.
fired up.
It's-
I'm sweating.
It's activating.
I'm sweating. Now, did you have another strategy you wanted to share before we do our last couple segments here?
Yeah, they're all wearing Groucho masks.
Groucho Marx?
Groucho Marx, those
Glasses
Groucho
with the big
glasses,
nose?
glasses with the big
Yes.
nose and the mustache. They're all going into the pool with that, and that way it covers their nose.
Yes.
that's the nose
good.
pinch.
You know who might do a pretty anti-Semitic country might do that as a bit. It's very,
Yeah,
it's-
which one?
Russia.
Oh,
It's a very anti-Semitic disguise. You know that.
of course. I did not know that actually. I thought it was just Groucho's face.
Yeah, Groucho is like a famous Jew.
Well, that's been our podcast.
Well, while we're on the topic,
Yeah.
little Groucho Marx fun fact. So Groucho Marx famously said, "I would never want to be a part of any club that would take me as a member." You've heard this quote?
I thought that was from Catcher in the Rye.
Well, it was Groucho Marx. He says, "I would never want to be any club that would take," like something along those lines. I forget the exact saying. A lot of people quote it as this like funny
Yeah,
right thing.
yeah.
He's actually talking about anti-Semitic country clubs. He's like, any country club that takes Jews
Yeah.
is like a whack country club. It's like a public course. So he's like, I wouldn't want to be a part of one of these stupid. I want to be a part of the rich people country club that doesn't let me in. That's what he's saying.
Sorry, I'm too busy thinking about a movie version of Catcher in the Rye, but it's Groucho Marx as the main character.
Groucho Marx shooting Ronald Reagan.
No, it's John Lennon.
Is that? Oh, is that?
John Lennon was
got it.
Catcher in the Rye. Ronald Reagan was Taxi Driver.
No, wasn't he trying to impress?
Yeah, the actress who was in Taxi Driver.
Got it. I
Robert De
didn't know.
Niro. I want Robert to really love me.
He wanted to fuck Robert De Niro right in the mouth.
He did say that. He's. I wonder if his jazz band is doing well now.
De Niro?
No, Robert Hinckley, the guy who shot Reagan.
Is he out?
He's out, and he has a jazz band
Wow.
that he tries to go to shows, and then people are like, "Yeah, your band can play here," and then someone online goes, "You know, this guy shot Ronald Reagan," and then the bar is like, "Oh no,
What do you mean? You got to put that guy up, dude.
gotta
That
bring
guy's
people in."
That guy's got stories.
Yeah, and he apparently still plays his music. Good for him.
Yeah. What? We got 2 segments left here.
Yeah.
Untold stories. Is there any synchronized swimmer that we didn't read about, we didn't hear about, that you've learned about?
There was this one, Sally Fields.
Sally Fields.
Sally
what,
Fields.
What era was this?
Oh, this was like the 1990s. Let's say 1997.
Okay,
In the
97.
lead up to the Sydney Olympics, early lead up. There's 3 more years to go.
Okay.
They were starting real early on
Yeah,
this lead up.
it is a 4-year training
It's
cycle.
a 4-year training cycle.
Yeah.
And she was caught with just a bunch of pool floaties stuffed into her swimsuit.
And was she disciplined for this?
Well, they tried, but they couldn't catch her because she was floating away down a river.
Oh,
She's still on the lam.
Interesting. Did she get to compete in Sydney?
No, because they immediately found all these floaties. They went for the doping test and they tried to take a blood sample and hit a floaty, and it just
Popped the floaty. Oh, so they thought she was just overweight, and it turned out
they thought she was doping.
Turns out the buoyancy was actually because of the air.
Yeah. They she had swallowed a bunch of helium balloons. Well, you swallow the balloon and then you use the helium when it's already there.
I thought that was heroin.
No, it's only for synchronized swimming.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know about.
Because you can't touch the bottom.
Yeah. It's just a lot like all boys school.
Yeah. I got one.
Do you think "Can't Touch the Bottom" is an alternate name for "Smear the Queer"?
Oh no, but cut that.
I don't.
Tyler,
5 people might know what that.
No. I'm gonna say is Tyler is referring to a game called Keep Away that
in the Midwest.
that used to be called by a homophobic name, Smear the Queer. We can address the latent homophobia in this country, where one person would be carrying a football and everybody else would try to tackle him.
Yeah.
And that game was called that, which was a hateful name for that.
Yeah.
But now we just call it Kill the Pig. So we've went from
What would we
homophobic
do?
to fatphobic.
I've not heard that.
No, it's not Kill the Pig. It's called like Slick Pig or something like
Slick Pig.
Yeah.
Sounds so worse.
Oily Pig.
It's called the Oiled Hog.
I think no, that might be it. It might be it's something with oil and or greased hog. Greased hog is what people call that game now.
It somehow sounds worse.
Yeah, because now fat phobia is also out. It's out of fashion.
I think it's because it's a pigskin ball.
Yeah, that's why it's a greased hog.
So what is what's your part of this?
Yes, I thought
what's the next one?
I know about
Since
a very
we've deleted all of that.
a very well known untold story from
Yeah.
the 80s in artistic swimming, and they were called the Smith twins, and they were identical twins.
Yes.
Which made them very good at being synchronized. But the problem was they were like, you're supposed to sometimes go in sort of opposite directions. They would just kind of mirror each other, right? So their routines were kind of boring, which made it tough to make it that far in the Olympics.
Is your untold story they just weren't that good?
No, they're gonna die. They're gonna die. At the end of this. Yes,
Jesus.
They one day accidentally had a head-to-head collision because they were doing mirror images of each other, and they both drowned in the pool because there was no lifeguard at the training facility because it was the 80s.
Right.
So in the 80s, the only lifeguarding was your mom doing this in the car, and then they died and they got buried together. They got buried in
at the Arlington National Cemetery.
Yes, with all the other Olympic athletes.
No, they put them in the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. They just added them.
I think for a lot of people that is ruder than my Katrina riff from earlier. that's you're talking about.
This is a real banner episode.
You're talking about people who died in combat and who were never identified. That is pretty rude.
It's only rude when you keep thinking about it.
Anything else you want to say about synchronized swimming before we wrap here?
It's a cool sport and you should watch it.
You should watch some of it. Some of the names are cool. I wanted to say there's a move called the Knight, the Flamingo. You said Barracuda was one. The lifts. I said the lifts have a bottom and a top. They're called a base and a floor.
The Silly Lizard.
Yeah, and is that really one?
Totally.
Okay. And in the Olympics, I think they also have to require 1 full minute of holding their breath during the routine.
Yeah.
I'm not
and
sure
the judges to make sure hold their head under the water.
Jesus Christ. No, I think they have to spend a full minute with their heads submerged.
Oh, yeah.
At some point during the routine.
Yeah, that's when they go into that, like, I think that is the Barracuda position where they're just vertically upside down moving their legs.
Yeah. Cool. Well, in conclusion, what's your team name for artistic swimming?
My team name for artistic swimming is the Van Gogh into the deep end.
Nice. That's pretty good. I like that. Does everyone on your team have part of their ear missing?
Yeah, that's our gimmick. Is they've all chopped off their ear.
Yeah, it's a bunch of. That's why they're so good at swimming. They don't have to deal with the pressure.
Well, one half did the right ear, and the other half did the left ear.
Yeah, they keep losing because the whole team drifts towards the right the entire time. My team is called the Communists. We're called the Lancaster, Pennsylvania Communists.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You got a big stadium out there that fits the entire population of Lancaster.
Hey, don't besmirch Lancaster. I know people from Lancaster.
Yeah, name 3 things about Lancaster.
There's a lot of Amish people live there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a lot of black people who live there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a blue-collar town.
I thought you were just going to name the types of people that live there. Just keep going down.
Just give a racial breakdown.
If you had the exact demographic breakdown, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. And then later tonight, I'd be like, why did he know that? Oh, man. Well, we've discovered everything there is to discover about artistic swimming.
Yeah, that was a very informative episode.
It was an informative episode.
Go check it out. Watch China's silver medal routine. Watch Bogdana Zareva. Watch her routine from Athens 2004, Bulgarian duet.
Drink plenty of Hustle Milk.
Yes, and this episode was brought to you by Hustle Milk.
By Hustle Milk.
Enjoy.
Oh, keep an eye out for our press conference next week where we apologize for everything that has been said in this episode.
It wasn't that bad. I shouldn't
No, now I want to see a press apology where one person is giving a sincere apology and the other's in the back like, it wasn't that bad.
I shouldn't have called you racist. I shouldn't have said that you hate Japanese people. That was wrong of me. But everything else was pretty fine. We made fun of Katrina a little. Okay,
a little.
It was like a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay. We don't have to keep going.
Bye, everybody.
Drink it up.